Against Chelsea, Bryan Mbeumo didn't even need to score to change the game. He raced clear, forced the keeper into a desperate foul, and left United with a man advantage. Within minutes, United had scored twice. And at Anfield, he shocked Liverpool with a goal after 62 seconds, one that left Van Dijk and Konate stunned as Mbeumo buried it at the near post. That's the kind of impact £71 million was never supposed to buy, because this was the deal critics mocked, calling it one of the worst value-for-money signings of the summer. Yet somehow, this so-called gamble has become Manchester United's most dangerous weapon. The real question is, how? Mbeumo's transfer wasn't a typical United blockbuster. No Galactico unveiling, no global star, just a winger from Brentford, the club that had humiliated United 4-0 back in 2022, with Mbeumo himself scoring in that rout. What most people missed is that Thomas Frank had spent years molding him in flexible systems, 3-5-2 and 3-4-3, where Mbeumo played everywhere from wide forward to second striker to wing back. So when Ruben Amorim arrived with his own 3-4-3, Mbeumo was already fluent in the language. That's why, while others were struggling to adapt, he hit the ground running. But the real shock wasn't just his smooth transition. It was what he started doing once he got comfortable. On paper, he was bought for goals. But here's the twist. What makes him invaluable is everything beyond the stat sheet. His pressing intensity raised the bar for the entire front line. He's been spotted dragging teammates into post-training sprint drills. He busts a gut to track back 40 yards, then explodes forward again. That kind of relentlessness is contagious.
I know Mbeumo from obviously his time at Brentford. You sign players not just on the back of how talented they are, but what they bring to the dressing room, how they train every day, how they live their life.
And when United's midfielders fire passes into him, he doesn't just look for space out wide. He drifts central, holds the ball under pressure like a target man, and connects play. Suddenly, Bruno and Mount have a forward who won't disappear when the game gets tight. Then there's his efficiency. Last season, Mbeumo outperformed his expected goals by a league-best +7. That's the hallmark of a clinical finisher who makes the most of half chances. Exactly what United had been missing in 15 goalless games last year. And that's where the irony sets in, because this isn't the first time Bryan Mbeumo has rewritten United's story. Back in 2022, he was the tormentor, part of a Brentford side that dismantled United 4-0, exposing overpaid stars who lacked fight. Now, he's the one restoring the fight they lacked. United spent hundreds of millions on flashy wingers like Sancho and Antony, only for Mbeumo, the so-called overpriced Brentford winger, to do their job better. And off the pitch, the contrast is just as sharp. He plays piano and chess in his free time, but admits he gets stage fright in front of friends. Yet in front of 75,000 at Old Trafford, ice cold. That irony sums him up perfectly. The anti-Galactico, humble off the pitch, fearless on it. But big reputations mean nothing without big moments. And Mbeumo has already delivered them. His very first sprint in a United shirt nearly created a goal against Arsenal, a glimpse of the new attacking intent. A week later at Fulham, he stepped up to take a corner. Not Bruno, not Rashford, and delivered the assist for Lenny Yoro's opener. Or if you are being too analytical about it, Rodrigo own goal. Then came Burnley. Just days after missing a decisive penalty against Grimsby, Mbeumo had the chance to fold. Instead, 90 seconds after Burnley equalised, he buried the winner with his weaker foot. Fans voted it goal of the month. That's redemption in real time. And then Chelsea. He didn't score, but he forced the keeper's red card, turning the match in United's favour and proving again. Mbeumo decides games in ways stats can't measure. Those moments aren't just highlights. They reveal something bigger about the value he brings. United used to throw money at superstars. Di Maria, Antony, Sancho, all with massive fees, all with disappointing returns. Mbeumo cost slightly less than some of them, and in a few weeks, he's already done more. He rejected Champions League football at Spurs and Newcastle just to join United. Why? Because it was the club of his dreams. And now he's playing like it. This isn't marketing hype. This is value for money in a club famous for wasting it. But even this fairy tale raises one final question. So, can Mbeumo sustain this form when the team itself falters? Can he keep being the spark, or will the weight of expectation wear him down? If he continues to drag United forward, then 71 million won't be remembered as a gamble. It will be remembered as the signing that gave Manchester United their fight back.